Okay, a very big warm welcome back to the channel, and unfortunately in today's video I'm going to run through everything that is wrong with my new 911. Here we go. So if you are new to the channel, this is of course what we're talking about. This is the latest project for the channel. It is a 996 generation Porsche 911 Carrera 2, which means rear wheel drive, and it is of course in Zenith Blue Metallic, matched to a manual gearbox. It's got a full GT3 kit on the entire car. It's a front bumper, side skirt, spoiler, wheels, suspension, the lot. But like I said, and by the title of the video, you will know that there is some things wrong with this car. So let's get into it. Now, when I got this car, I was very lucky to know a lot of the things that were wrong with it. So I sort of knew what to expect. Which is absolutely fine. I know what I've got myself into, and I'm not bothered about spending money on cars that are worth it like this one. It's only going one way in value, and hopefully we can really do this car justice and bring it up to its former glory. But there is one little thing you guys can help with, and it is absolutely free. And that is clicking the subscribe button. It costs nothing, it takes seconds out of your day, and 75% of viewers watching this channel are not subscribed. So don't be one of those. Help us out. Click subscribe. And talking of expenses, here was my first one. So this car, when I bought it, was due a 4-year service, okay? And I'll run down what a 4-year service requires on a Porsche. So you've got a ribbed belt, which is like your auxiliary belt. You've got your spark plugs, 6 of those, air filter, fuel filter, particulate filter, which is effectively your pollen filter, your screws and stuff like that, and 8 litres of oil. 8 litres. Mental. But do you know what? It just comes with the territory of owning one of these cars, and unfortunately it's just a cost that you do have to swallow if you want to own one. But do you know what? In the 1,300 miles that I've done in this car so far, it is worth every single penny. So I went ahead, got the oil change done with the filters and the bungs and stuff like that, and then also got the auxiliary belt done as well. So I obviously didn't change the air or the pollen filter. The air filter will be getting swapped out in time at a later date, and the pollen filter, to be honest, it just doesn't need replacing after so little miles. The other things with the spark plugs, which just had new 4 years ago, as well as coil packs, so I've checked them and they're absolutely fine. So onto what else is wrong with this car, and another thing that I did actually know before I got it was that this car needed some front brakes. Now, these did actually get flagged up on a recent MOT, and even though they look absolutely fine, just there's no lip or anything. It's actually the inside of the discs. Basically, the car has been stood for so long that the inside of the disc has completely corroded, but thankfully, it's only the front ones and the back ones are absolutely fine. The other good thing is that actually, we've got some new discs right here. So that is coming in a future video. Make sure you are subscribed to see more on getting the discs and pads changed on this 911. Now, keeping with the wheels, this is another thing that I really need to do. This caliper really needs refurbing. In fact, they all do. A lot of it, the lacquers come off like this. You can actually see what it's meant to be like just down there. So drop a comment down below, because I will be refurbing all 4 calipers on this car. Do we go black like they already are? Do we go silver to match the wheels? Or do we go red? Because everybody knows that'll just give that car a little bit more power. What do you reckon? I'm thinking red. But drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I think red will definitely look the best, and as you can see, they are all, but that's not a bad one actually. This one, all the lacquer has gone, nearly the entire brake. So yeah, at some point we will be getting all of those refurbished in a nice new colour, and hopefully getting some braided brake lines on this car as well. It does need a brake fluid change. That is another thing that it is due. So hopefully we'll get the calipers refurbed, a brake fluid change and some braided brake lines on the car at some point in the near future. Now, pretty much like always on older cars, it does need a suspension refresh as well. So there is a lot of parts to the Porsche suspension. It is like a complete multi-link jobby, and a lot of it needs replacing. The main things are going to be the coffin arms on the front. Now, these little coffin arms, I'll take a picture and put it on screen if I can find one, and then you know what I'm talking about. But effectively, they're like a lower arm. It's got 3 different bushings in, and one of them is a ball joint. And the front of mine, I reckon, are pretty knackered. Now, I have been looking into it, and a company called Spider Performance do a full set for all around the car. There's coffin arms and another thing called tuning forks, which is another suspension arm. They do all 4 of both for £550. So hopefully that is going to be something coming very shortly, and then we can look at improving the stance of this car. But this is very much a case of let's get the basics absolutely nailed first. And that is pretty much it for major work on this car, but there is one more little annoying thing which is quite an involved job and is not the cheapest. So, usually on a Porsche, when you open the door like this, you will notice that the window drops just a little bit, like that. Now that is basically so that it can get out of this seal and you can open and close the door. So watch when I shut it. So that's what it's meant to be like, and that window is absolutely fine. You can put it up, you can put it down, you can open the door, all that sort of thing. But look at this one. Now I'm no genius, but I don't think that is the way it's meant to be. And that is because in this door, the window regulator has broken. So when I open the door like this, nothing happens. And the door doesn't shut right. The only way you can do it is by shutting it like that, and then it goes in, which does keep it watertight for now, but like I said, the window doesn't work at all in that. It needs a new regulator. The cable has actually snapped inside the door card, so we do need to be looking at a full new regulator for the driver's side, which again is going to be a job coming up very shortly on this car. Now, to be honest, like I said, this is a good car and we are getting towards the end of the list. After we've done all of that, which might be quite involved, and it might take me a bit of time to save up and do the work, we have just got a couple of little things and then we can get on to the fun bits. So first thing is this bumper down here. I don't know if you can see it. It has got a little bit of a scuff. I have touched it in, but I don't know whether to go get that painted properly and then the car is all nice. The second thing is that this is loose, so I do need a new indicator. I tell you what, again, this is where I need you guys in the comments. Do I get orange retro style indicators? I reckon they'll make a real nice contrast with the blue, just like I've got on my Polo. So yeah, drop a comment whether I get clear again or whether I turn both sides to orange. Let me know, because I do reckon orange, but what about if we go red brake calipers? Will it clash? Who knows? Anyway, so we need to replace that. We have got one bolt missing in the split wheel. I have got a spare already, so we do need to take this wheel somewhere, get that drilled, get a new bolt in, all torqued up nicely. And apart from that, it is just little things. When I got it, I don't know if you can see there in the sun, there was a few little bits of bubbling, and I was thinking about getting this part painted just up to this line. But do you know what? Once I filled it in, it's really hard to see. It's not that obvious, so I might just leave that for now. While we're at the back end, we are missing a little cover on the windscreen wiper, but that might get removed, who knows. In the meantime, I will try and get this little cover to replace it, and then it just needs things like the tyres changing and a general tidy up. All of these plastics are very, very grey, so we could do with getting something to tat all these back up and make them black again. But it's a solid car, and do you know what? It's a nice one to look at as well. These tailpipes, again, I have tried to polish them. They are a little bit dirty at the moment, but we might look at getting some sort of bigger tailpipes, and then just little things like you will see this Carrera badge is cracked. Now, I don't know whether to take that off completely. I don't know if to get a new one of those. I have seen people that get like a Porsche script that goes the full way across there. Again, I will put a picture on the screen now so you can see what that looks like, and drop a comment whether you think I should do it or not. After that, it's things like getting it polished, getting some new tyres on, and just making this into a really nice driving car. But it's really not a bad base to start from. But of course, this channel's not just about talking about cars, it's about working on them and improving them. So we cannot let this video slide without doing at least one little thing. So, as with all my cars, I have got a nice little number plate to go on, and you may recognise it. Okay, not perfect timing for the camera to die, but you might have got the gist. We have, of course, got the new M9 Fat. Lovely little number plates. We've got them on the rear as well, don't you worry. There you go. So we have got the matching plates to the Audi. Hopefully make it a triple threat soon and get all three of them. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, learning everything that is wrong with my latest purchase, because there is quite a lot, but there will be plenty more videos to come trying to fix this Porsche up and get it back to its former glory, starting with the brakes coming in an episode very, very shortly. So make sure you comment what you think I could do with this car, any plans for it, any ideas, anything like that. Drop a comment below, give the video a thumbs up, and make sure you are subscribing to help move the channel forward. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.